What's your morning routine? Hello, it's John, episode 377 of the Marketing for Owners podcast on a lovely Tuesday. Out in the garden, sun is shining, birds are tweeting, kids are playing, etc. But I've been up for a while and I've been talking about this recently about routines. Now last Thursday, I think it was episode 374, is that right? Can you remember? Talked about the end of day routine, but some people have an end of day routine, some people have a morning routine, some people, smarty pants ones, have both. But I am going to suggest that you have a morning routine. And generally, you will find that most successful people, again, I'm going to say most successful people, and I mean genuinely proper successful people and wealthy people, have a morning routine. They are intentional, as John C. Maxwell would say. They are intentional about what they do, and they're doing it for a purpose. Why don't you try the same? Because if we try and adopt some of these habits that seem to be common to the successful people, it may rub off and it may help us adopt the same success. So for instance, if you want to know what mine is currently, now these change every so often, but for me currently, I work from home every day except Thursdays, where I pop in for a meeting. But the morning routine on Thursday is the same because it's geared. Now, of course, lots of you get up much earlier. I'm interviewing Craig Ballantyne, who gets up much earlier than me, and Hal Elrod, I think, breaks the record. But I get up at 6:30 in the morning. Now, I get up, I put on my shorts, t-shirt, socks, trainers, runners, and I then go and currently I'm doing the Insanity program. Yes, you're thinking, but John, you're an old git, an old bloke. How are you doing the Insanity? You've got grey hair. Yeah, I am. It kills me, but it's good for fun, and it keeps my heart pumping. So I get up, that's 6:30. I will, in fact, before then, I will have a large glass of water, then do the Insanity routine. It's about 50 minutes. I then take a breath and relax, generally put the kettle on, and I sit down and I avoid electronics. And then from 7 o'clock, I take time to, for me, I picture the day ahead. I know what I'm going to be doing or what I should be doing. And to help me do it, I picture myself doing it. This may sound very odd, but if I picture myself, and yes, picture myself sitting at my chair, at my laptop, doing, say, writing a bit of a book or a post or whatever I'm supposed to be doing. If I picture it, I imagine that was me, that's what I was supposed to be doing. And then I feel more guilty if I don't do it. Something like that. Seems to work anyway. But I think about that and I picture that and take some quiet time to relax, to calm down, and just quiet time. I don't meditate, but I take quiet time. But eyes closed, some would call it meditating. Deep breaths, counting breaths in, counting breaths out, and just to relax. And that will be from 7, it's about 7:15. I then go and have a shower. And that's the routine for the morning. Shower, get ready. That's 10 minutes. Sorry, ladies. Yeah, 10 minutes. I'm a bloke. That's all it takes. Then 8 o'clock, I start work. I will be drinking my cup of tea, and for those who are interested, decaffeinated PG tips. That's British. I sit down and I work, and it depends on. I have different work, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's not the same. I have a calendar where everything is mapped out until around about 4:30. My whole day is mapped out throughout the day, all of it, including blocks off, time off, breaks and stuff, and so that I have a routine through the whole day. But my morning is like that. I will work generally for about 2 hours. I do not have breakfast until 10 because breakfast is that time where I will be tempted to sit down and open up the laptop, look at the emails, something like that. But I avoid it. I just get straight in and work. Now, a lot of you are going to say, oh, I can't survive without breakfast. Well, I can, so it doesn't make any difference for me. I'm not one that will just die of hunger if I don't eat. fortunately for me. And that is it. Now, other things I have is every third day I have a session what I put in for training, because you've got to watch webinars, you've got to read stuff, you've got to keep up with courses and so on. And rather than just think, I'll fit those in, those are calendared in. But that's generally my morning. On the Thursdays, I go in for some meetings. So I'm heading in at 9 o'clock. So I work from 8 till 9 and then I head in. And by the way, if you're wondering, well, John, what about emails? I think I've mentioned this before. I don't do emails. I don't look at emails until midday. Now, I'm not in the kind of business where I get phone calls, so I'm not generally hassled by phone calls. In fact, if the phone rings, it's generally spam, and I will have muted my phone. So sorry if you've texted me. But so I'm not in that thing. If I, by the way, if I'm booking calls, Skype calls, interviews, things like that, I generally do them in the afternoon. But quite often, because if I'm in the UK, my afternoon is the morning in the USA or in Canada, and so that fits in. Now, some days I work into an evening if I'm in the UK to fit in with overseas timings, but that's just a quirk of the fact that I work on both sides of the Atlantic, and that's it. Now, but I know what I'm going to be doing. When I get up in the morning, I don't have to think about it. But there are other things you can be doing, because I suggest at the end of the day you do a gratitude. Who you've been grateful for, who you've helped today, what you've achieved today, what frogs were eaten on your to-do list, what stuff you got off your to-do list, things like that. But you could actually do that at the start of the day and then select someone like Shalene Johnson. I think after she's done her early morning, is it 5 o'clock in the morning, fitness class, she gets back and she sits in her car in the garage before she gets out and goes out her to-do list and picks 2 or 3 things from her to-do list that she's going to do on that day. I prefer to have decided in advance rather than to have a choice. And that's it. Out there is a lot of flexible. I've put in blocks of a couple of hours for occasional lunch breaks. I can go and have lunch with friends, and of course I can choose to just not do some of it. Fortunately, I have a business that manages whether I'm there or not, but I have to do some work, and that's when I get it done. I'm much more active in the morning, in the afternoon, following lunch or following anything. It just wanes. My interest loses heart. I'm just not very effective and procrastinate after lunch. So I try and get stuff done in the morning. And that's it. I would try it. Just try it. If you want a couple of good books that help with things like this, then The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod and The Perfect Day Formula by Craig Ballantyne. Both really good things. Also, if you follow John Lee Dumas of Entrepreneur on Fire, I think if you Google it, you can put John Lee Dumas EO Fire morning routine. He generally says what his is with his exercise, his type of bulletproof coffee, whatever he's drinking, all that kind of stuff. That's it. Please try it. Let me know how you get on. End of lecture. It's Tuesday. Toolbox tip today, and to go for those people who are going to say, well, there's no way I'm doing insanity, because you'd have to be insane to do insanity. If you've seen those ads are from the DVDs. That's the stuff. It's not extra. It's frightening. And all those people on the video are fitness instructors and marathon runners and things like that. They are not people off the street like me. So it's worrying. But what I'm going to recommend for those of you who think I don't have time to exercise is 7-minute workouts. It's a free app. It's incredibly popular. I think it says it's in 120 countries, or it's downloaded like millions of times. It's free. There are paid extras within it, but I think the most expensive paid extra is like $5 or something. Come on. But it gives you proper workouts to follow for 7 minutes. And if you did that every day, who can't fit in 7 minutes? Did that every day, you would find your heart races, your heart goes up, and you get that movement, and you'll live a healthier, longer life. Go on, give it a go. Then you'll be around for tomorrow. Tomorrow's interview is going to be good. Remember, the Wednesday interviews are always good, so be there, don't miss it. I will be back with another pearl of wisdom on Thursday.